But like when it comes to just pure defense, it's nothing crazy. It's just like preventing inside position and blocking space and stuff like that. Everyone can learn that. So I also talked about this in my last podcast for Talk Jitsu. I think sometimes people they make like excuses for themselves, like, oh, I'm not good because of this or that, or, but
Mhm.
in reality, you're just not technical enough. And it's not because you haven't memorized techniques. It's because you haven't understood the objectives. You haven't understood how important it is to, do things defensively. And, if you slow it down, you can think about the techniques you did learn in class. But people, they're too busy thinking about the stuff they learned and try to apply it and not, and not spending enough time just relaxing and being defensively sound.
Because I'm assuming that you learn sensitivity, awareness, timing, etc. during a role. You kind of get better at anticipating where an opponent might go, or visualizing options, etc. Do you find that there are like basic concepts that you drill into your students? It's like you're saying, as soon as you defend, okay, I can't let them get, like an arm around their head. I can't let them, start stacking my knees towards my chest or something like that. Are there three? I know it's kind of a general question, but are there three basic kind of ideas that you want somebody attacking and somebody defending to do, so that immediately when you switch into attacking or defending, you can go, what was that again? Okay, make sure they can't get an arm around my head, close the space, this for defending, or I'm immediately wanting to open the hip and the elbow, or you know are there basic rules that we should adopt when attacking, defending in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, 100%. And I go over this a lot in my upcoming theory course, but I'll share just a lot of it now because I like talking about it. So like, yeah, let's just get started with defense. Yeah, never let someone grab your head ever because that's inside position. Never let someone grab an underhook because that's inside position. And never let someone get chest to chest unless you have an underhook, right? So if someone gets chest to chest on you with those grips, you're screwed, so you need to use your frames to keep them away. Your frames are your knees and your shin, or your elbow and your forearm. Like that's what we use to defend, right? And then our grips are our hands and our feet. That's what we use to grip people, but grips can also frame. So we need to always be gripping people, searching for inside position, preventing grips on us, preventing inside position. We need to always keep our frames in front until we can get grips, and we need to always make sure our frames are facing people because, like defensively, if your frames are pointing away, from your opponent, they can't be used for their purpose, which is managing distance, right? So those things are really important. So when you're on the ground, say the bottom, you need to always be gripping, with everything you have. You've got four limbs, your hand, like your arms and your legs. You need to use every single one you have. Like if you don't, you put yourself at a disadvantage. And when it comes to the top, it's pretty similar. It's like you need to make sure their frames are pointing away from you. You need to make sure they're not gripping you. You need to make sure that you're working to move their frames out of the way and whatnot. You need to make sure their frames are also facing away from the mat, because if they can put their grips too, they can put their feet on the mat, well, they can stand up, and now you got to take them down or and whatnot, right? Or if they put their knees on the mat, well, now they're in turtle and they could possibly stand up. So there's so many like clear objectives. Another one is like you need to always put your chest on people to control them. So like all the dominant positions are like this. So like mount, your chest to chest, side control, chest to chest, half guard, chest to chest, assuming they don't have a knee shield, which is a frame.